Hey everybody, it's the 13th Wolfman. You know what? I went out and saw a movie today. That's right, a mobile movie review. I haven't done any of these in a while. The last couple weeks, I didn't see anything last week. What I wanted to see is the same thing I wanted to see today. Today you get a really interesting story along with a movie review. So last week, The Curse of La Llorona came out, and they didn't have it early enough in the day that I'd rather go to an early film and not have as many people around. You know, I know that sounds terrible, but for some reason when I go to movies with crowds in them, the crowds don't shut up. So I try to hit earlier movies, and they didn't have one early enough for me. So missed out on the movie last week. So this week, I look in the paper and I look online at AMC.com, and I see that they're showing The Curse of La Llorona earlier. So I'm like, okay, cool. Get to go see that. Because I'm not seeing Avengers today. I'm not going to do that thing that everybody else is doing. Again, I don't like seeing movies with crowds. Especially movies like The Avengers, where you've got like kids there. They're like, oh my God! And you got another person there that's got to have the whole movie explained to her or him because they're not into the whole comic book thing. So I wait till the crowd kind of thins out a little bit, then I see it. So I was going to go see The Curse of La Llorona again today. Get to the theater after doing all the stuff that we were going to do. This is pretty much our last stop before we head home. And get there and they go, guess what? We canceled that showing of The Curse of La Llorona for you so that we could show another showing of The Avengers. In order for me to see the movie I want to see, I have to wait 3 more hours. That's not going to happen. So I didn't get to see The Curse of La Llorona again this week, but as an alternate, I saw Breakthrough. Now, if you guys haven't seen the ads for this is the one where the kid is out on the ice with his friends and he falls through. Hence the name Breakthrough. It's got Josh Lucas in it, who has been in tons of stuff, but the only thing I can think of right now is Sweet Home Alabama with Reese Witherspoon. Dennis Haysbert, the guy that does the Allstate commercials. And he was also the president on 24, and he was in The Unit and stuff like that. And Topher Grace, who everyone knows as Eric Foreman from That 70s Show. So the basic premise of this movie is the fact that this kid who's going through, teenage puberty and being pretty much a dick to his mom, is hanging out with his friends when he's going to stay over at a friend's house because on Monday there's no school because it's Martin Luther King Day. So they get up early and they go out and mess around, and they go out to the lake, and they attempt to go out on the lake, and the ice breaks and he goes into it. Now you're dealing with the parental side of this movie. This movie is a very, very touching movie. This is no big deal. I mean, there's a lot of movies where I can get choked up at scenes in movies. There was a scene in this movie I got a little choked up, and yep, a tear dribbled down my eye. Yeah, I have no problem saying that because this movie is very, like I said, very touching, very family oriented. I think they say the word hell like twice in the entire movie. Again, this movie is, well, not again, but this movie is one of those faith-based movies. When I say faith-based, it's a movie that has a lot of faith in it when it comes to religion, but it's not preachy. It's like God's Not Dead or When the Game Stands Tall. Both movies that had another idea involved, but they had some religious or faith environment in the movie. That's what I was looking for. I liked it. I liked this movie a lot. There wasn't a whole lot I didn't like about it, except the fact that the lady that played the mother, there were times where, as an actress, you kind of look at her and you go, I don't get emotionally attached, with her. I don't see her really pushing out. It seems like she's walking through the motions a little bit when it comes to the emotional stuff. Other than that, she's spot on. That's my one dislike about the movie. I like everything else about this movie. This is a very well done, family friendly, like I said, faith oriented movie. And when I walked out and I asked Mama Wolf what she thought, she said, first she goes, I'm going to give it 2 3/4 chainsaws. I'm like, okay, that's cool. She goes, what are you going to give? I go, I'm going to give it 3.5 because I liked it that much. This is, like I said, a very touching movie, a very, very emotional movie. And she goes, you know what? So we talked about it a little bit more. She goes, you know what? I think I'm going to up it to a 3. I think I'm going to give it 3 chainsaws out of 4. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I mean, I was good with her at 2 3/4, But it's a good movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. That's 2 dramas I've seen like in the last month that are just been awesome. I saw this and I saw The Best of Enemies, which if you haven't seen that movie, oh my God, that movie is awesome. But yeah, so we got these, this is another awesome film. Always, I mean, you don't have to go out and check it out, but if you want to see a good movie that's got a really good story to it, and you want to get emotionally attached to the characters, then this is the movie for you. I mean, like I said, always like, subscribe, share, comment. I want to know what you have to say. When you do subscribe, bing that bell, because when you bing that bell, you'll be notified when I put something new up. As always, I am the 13th Wolfman, and that's right, I am on the prowl.